folks, so welcome back to lesson 6 of making a music video. And so far we are at the point where we are ready to put in some titling information. Last time we finished up the transitions, which as you can see we did all these transitions here all the way through the entire length of the video. We copied all of the music tracks and filled up the timeline with it. So now let's go on and put some titling information in. We already have the titling information up, and we got that from this area here. And on this menu we have media, which allows you to bring your media in, whether it's audio or video. We have audio, which if we click it, it has a whole bunch of music tracks in it that you can use in your video. And these arrows in the upper right corner means that you can download these, as opposed to these which don't have an arrow. So in other words, these are on the computer, and these are online, but once you download it, it will be on your computer, so that will go away. Okay, then titles, we're going to work here today, and in lessons 4 and 5 we worked on the transitions, so you should be familiar with using these transitions now. If we have time, we'll look at effects. If not, we'll save that for the next lesson. And then there are elements, which we're going to use some of those too, possibly in the next couple of lessons, and we might even experiment with split screens. So without further ado, let's hit titles, and we're going to start at the beginning of the video. And if you noticed over here, we already have one title that's in, which is this one here, making our music video using Wondershare Filmora 9. So that's what's in this box. So we'll watch it and scroll through, and then we'll start adding. We won't do it throughout the whole video, but we will put it at certain strategic spots. Let's hit play. Okay, so in this clip we've got quarantine, so we don't need anything there, and we can grab this bar or line here, and that's gonna take us through where we can scroll through whatever we want. And as you notice, it'll show the video that's at that point in time, so we can quickly get to any clip we want and decide if we want to use them or put a title on them. So we don't need anything there. Let's push play and see what's here. Okay, that caught up to us. So that's Stay at Home. That's got a title, so to speak, in it already, so we don't need that. My thought is that we scroll to these hearts over here. Oh, let's do one for Bob Marley, Bob and Damien. So we will grab something. Let's see what we can grab. Something exciting. Let's take a look at this one. We'll click on it, and then we'll push play to see what it does. Okay, that's interesting, but I don't think we'll use that one. Let's see if there's something else. What's this? That's interesting. So let's go on and grab that, and all we have to do is drag it on down, and to get an exact placement, we're going to stretch this out so we can get exactly where we want to be. And this is the beginning of the Bob Marley coming out of this transition here. So we're going to slide this on over, and it's going to fit right there perfectly. So now all we have to do is double click on it and type in what we want, and there it is. It pops up there. And a lot of these lower third type of titles come in two parts. One where you put the text, which I'm going to move that right now, and then the main body. So we can make this smaller or bigger. So what I'm going to do is stretch it out and make it a little bit bigger, because I'm actually going to make the text bigger too. And we're going to bring this down there. And now we can bring the text back down by just dragging it on down. We're going to make this box bigger so that our bigger text can fit in perfectly. And now I'm just going to go over here and type in something. Let's put Bob and Damien. And we'll put an exclamation point there. And let's see, we can center it out even. So I think that's center. And we'll make it bigger. So it's currently at 23 points. Let's take it up to 56, which isn't a big difference. So let's go to 62. And then we're going to drag that out. And in dragging the box out, the text size should get bigger as well. Okay, now we can center it out into the yellow area. I think that looks pretty good. Let's push play and see how that comes, and we'll start before the transition. Okay, great. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a little bit shorter in time so that it goes out just before the transition effect comes in. So here we go. Let's try that again. That was perfect. Now, the hearts go for a little while, so we can either do something that takes up the entire length of the clip or a part of the clip, whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the end. So let's hit OK there and find something that we can put in the heart section. And I'm thinking we can, let's look at this. Some of these do have motion, like this one here slowly gets bigger. One of them comes in from the side. Let's see if this is it. No, that's a faster version of the last one, so this might be the one that comes in from the side. Yeah, so we're going to use this one, and we're going to put it, let's put it right after the transition, after that transition there, and we can stretch it out and make it go for, let's make it go for half of the video. Now, what are we going to put in there? Let's do something like, and you see, directed by is really small, and Jane Doe is bigger. So I'm going to make both of them the same size. So to do that, we'll click over here at Jane Doe and note that that's 57 points, while directed by is 18. So we're going to make both of them the same size, and we're going to look at 50. Let's look at 62. That's a good number. Great year. Okay, so now that we have that at the same size, you'll notice there's a lot of white hearts, which takes away from seeing the OE here. So what we can do is make it a different color, and I found out that yellow usually stands out pretty good, but so does other colors. So let's see what some of these other colors look like. That kind of, it's a little bit hard on the eye, so we can keep on checking out. Let's see what this outline one does. We can see it doesn't do very much. Well, not very much that will satisfy our wants right now. So we'll keep on looking. What's this outlined? Oh, that looks pretty good. It kind of stands out and you can see everything. Okay, so let's put something in here. What should we put in? Let's do something real quick. We'll put love always, and then down here we'll say wins. Okay, how about that? And let's see if we can center out anything. Okay, maybe we need to just bring this in There we go. All right. And then I think that's going to move. So let's see what it looks like now. Okay, so you see that's over here. So what we're going to do, we can bring this up. Everything's getting smaller. So we'll leave that there. But we can go in and push the phrase all the way over until we feel that it's centered. Of course, it gets smaller, so that means we need to make that box a little bit bigger. And stretch that out a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so that's about, we'll move this over a little bit more so it can be centered inside of these hearts. Okay, so now if we go back and look at it. I could live with that. Okay, we'll go on to the next title we want to put in. Let's see. Let's click here and see what that video looks like, and then we can scroll through it real quick. That's got words in it, no war, so we probably won't need to do anything with that. Let's see here. We're looking for clips that don't have words in them, basically. Okay. So let's do something like, we'll type in boom right when it explodes. So we'll scroll until we see it come out. Oh, this is the one, okay. Okay, that just exploded the bomb or missile. So we're gonna scroll, we're gonna use this button here so that we can scroll frame by frame. You see this is exactly when it comes out. So we're gonna go back one more to be sure. That's exactly where we need to be. So now we're gonna find something. Let's see. Okay, we'll use this one. Now this is a multiple motion graphics, so I think the yellow is going to come out first and then the word. So let's click it and find out. Okay, so we're going to use that and we're going to put it right where the projectile comes out. Now let's hit play and see what happens. Okay, so what we need to do is come in a little bit before that boom, so that by the time the boom comes out, right there, our graphic will be coming. So to get that, even though you can't hardly see that they're separate, we're going to stretch that out, and once we stretch it out, you'll see that it is separate. And what happens, as long as this line is here, you can grab this and drag it and it'll bang up right against the red line. And now we're going to go on and double click on here and get to our text, and we're going to put boom in there. We'll stretch out our O's and M's. Alright, put a couple exclamation points. We'll drag this back in a little bit and let's take a look at it. Okay, now you see the boom has overlapped our quotation mark. So what we're going to do is get in here and push the B over a little bit, and that's going to give us the space we need. And now you'll notice that the line ends here. So to fix that, we're going to double click on here, and that's the wordage, so we don't want that part, we want the graphic. And now we can just drag that, and as we drag it, you'll see that line come over. And that should about cover us right there. So now if we hit play, we should have it looking pretty good. Okay, so since we still are coming in after the explosion, we're going to move this over a little bit more, maybe there. Let's see. Okay, that's still not enough, so we're gonna move over a little bit more. Okay, let's try that. So we're gonna come out of the transition and into the graphic along with the video clip. Perfect. Okay, so let's pick a couple more to drop in. Oh, she's gonna sneeze. So I'll tell you what, just for comic's sake, let's just say achoo. So since we took a little bit of time on that last one, we will need a graphic that's gonna come in right on time instead of a delayed reaction. So we're going to advance this to right when she's sneezing. Okay, so she's sneezing there, and she's putting that there. Okay, so we're going to bring in a graphic that comes right in without any delay. So it's not going to be that one. Let's see what this one in script does. That takes a while too. I know I saw one somewhere. It might be this one. Not that one. Or that one. But I know we saw it somewhere, so let's find it. It might be this one. Okay. Oh, that has a two time effect. Okay, so oh, there's the one I'm looking for right there. So that just comes right in. So we're going to use that one. We'll put it right at the red line. And we're going to go in and put at shoe. Alright, and because of all the lighter colors around it, we obviously want to make that a darker color perhaps, or maybe this. Let's see what that looks like. That looks interesting. Now we also have a choice of where we want to put it. So we can grab this and put it above her, or below her, or maybe off to the side, like that. And I think that might work. Let's see what the timing is. Okay, so we came in a little bit before she did. So what we're going to do is move this over just a tad, and that should hopefully get us, let's see. I think we moved it too far. So we're going to stretch that out a little bit, and we'll put our red bar maybe right there, and then it always goes right to the red bar. Now that should pretty much be on point, let's see. Still a little bit late, so we need to come over a little bit more. Let's see how that one does. Now we went too far, so what do we got to do? Go over a little bit more. Let's see. That's better, much better. You see that? Timing is much better. Great. Okay, so let's take a look so far at what we've done, and then we can wrap this up. And you see we have a whole bunch of clips, so it could take some time. So I think in the interest of time, we're going to come back with a part 2 and finish up our tiling. But for now, let's take a look at what we've done so far. Okay, so that was great. But what we'll do, since we had another boom, I think we'll stick in one more boom, and then from there we will wrap things up and get ready for our next lesson, which will be lesson number 7. So let's find that same yellow one, there it is, and find out where it's going to go. Okay, that was where I heard it. Let's make sure there's 2 and not 3. That's the first one. Oh, that's the second one. Okay, well that's covered there. So we'll just stick the new one in. Right there. Okay, so we're going to drag this. But actually, since it's kind of tight space-wise, we're going to stretch that out by clicking and holding. Alright. And now we're going to drag this down. And as we can see, we can stick it in where we want. And let's put something else in there. Like boom, boom. No, let's just say target acquired. Okay, and then just like before, we're going to move this over. Okay, matter of fact, let's put this whole thing in another part of the screen. Let's put it on this side. Alright. Okay, so now we can shrink that back down by clicking and dragging to the left. And we'll watch this clip from the beginning. Okay, so it overlapped a little bit into the lady that's sneezing, so we're going to shorten that down a little bit. And play. Perfect. Okay, folks, so there we have it. Effective use of titling. And we're going to go in, we're just going to pick a couple other clips next time, put that in, and then we'll see if we can play around with it a little bit more and then wrap that up. So I hope you picked up a couple of good pointers, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time for lesson number 7.